Você disse que era meu, mas caiu na mentira. Tô de salto alto, vou deixar você na mira. Na mira. Na mira. Na mira.
Well, welcome back to another video. This is your host with the most, Cringe God B1 here. Today we got chapter 182 called Metavision. As we left off, Michael Kaiser shoots and scored, tying the game up. He's like, Bastard Munchin has cut up, and Kaiser said, I only need a glimmer of hope. And then freaking Chris is like, the prodigy Kaiser. So this is the skill of the new generation 11. Chickadee, he's like, he swung so fast. He's like, this is the Kaiser impact, says Rail. He's like, no, says HimSagi. I already know how amazing Kaiser impact is, and that's not the piece I need to devour. He's like, Kaiser's unique, extra, and ordinary weapon isn't something I could acquire even if I tried my whole life. He's like, what I really need to focus on is his process. How did Kaiser find and reach that shot course faster than anybody else? He's like, without a doubt, the answer lies in how he uses his eyes. Human eyes have basically two kinds of vision: the peripheral vision, central vision, and he basically compares it to an apple as a blue lock man just standing. He's like, one, the type that perceives something by focusing on the central vision, and the second, the low resolution blurry imagery outside the central vision, the peripheral, I don't know, I said that right the first time, vision. He's like, either way, he's like, I said that in soccer it's of vital importance of a player that uses the peripheral vision of sort of information about players and the ball from the chaos of each moment. He's like, if you use the central vision to focus solely on the ball, you'll get less information and will end up being too slow to assess the situation around you. He's like, but even knowing that is basically common sense for players to focus on the ball and narrow their field of view while sprinting or dribbling. He's like, but Kaiser is probably using his peripheral vision almost constantly to give himself an endless stream of information as he's like taking a look at the entire field. He's like, who's doing what and where, and by constantly updating the database of teammates and opponents alike, he can use that overwhelming mass of data to calculate the optimal point that nobody else has grasped yet. He's like, compared to what I see, he's like, he's viewing the field from a higher dimension. He's like, if the field state of play is at a second dimension field, he's like, then visualizing the various players and that sort of play you want to make it is the third dimension, as he basically sees at the top there. He's like, but Kaiser sees everything from even a higher dimension. He watches players trying to make their ideal plays while looking for their mistakes and openings to better destroy them. Kaiser's eyes and brain give him a fourth dimension view as he comes to a basic is like a god level view that transcends 2 and 3 dimensional thought patterns, which is insane, and he calls us metavision, which is insane, which is not bad. At the end of the day, he's figuring it out, and that's good. He's like, from my lower dimension of view, it was never a question of information. I never had a chance from the start. Plus, it's not a feat that just anyone can pull off. Spatial awareness, power of insight, soccer IQ, Kaiser has all of those, so he's able to process that fourth dimension information all at once. He's like, finally being able to cap that off with the Kaiser impact makes him an uncertainable effective striker. He's like, that's the prodigy formula, Metavision X Kaiser impact. This is the Michael Kaiser's golden formula. As he sees Kaiser walk into net, he's like, I've figured you out. Now it's just a question of how I use that to fight, as well as he's just figured him out. At the end of the day, he's just like, that said, I don't have my own like Kaiser impact. He's like, the weapon I can use is my direct shot. He's like, but what about metavision? He's like, I've never done it consciously, but I feel like I could. And as he starts analyzing, wait, maybe I have done it before. tried to remember the times I've scored goals. He's like, probably my first goal in Blue Lock, and various times when I smelled the goal, and the time when I only could detect the distortions between Rin and Sai. He's like, those plays occurred because my eyes and brain were working at a higher level than anyone else on the field. He's like, that must have been the feeling of metavision. He's like, huh, so Kaiser's been doing that for the whole match. He's like, for 90 minutes, is that even possible? He's like, no, but if I could do it, he's like, I could become a god. He's like, so wait a minute. He's like, metavision times direct shot. He's like, is this my new formula? As he starts piecing the pieces together, in the end of the day, you can't blame the player for trying to do something. He's like, it could be a golden formula. No, it's past that. This is still just a hypothetical, but if I could actually pull this off, then I'm sure I could beat Kaiser. As he starts analyzing how to beat Kaiser, he's like, but it's bigger than that. I could even beat the whole world. As he starts picturing everything, and it's true, you know, he's trying to become the best striker in the world. He's like, so tell me, Yoichi, says Kaiser, did you have fun stalking me? He's like, or did you comprehend my place and now you're at a loss for words from despair? He's like, nah, thank you, Kaiser. As he looks back at him, and then Kaiser looks at he's like, all I can see is the hope of crushing you. As we see an insane panel of HimSagi saying that, it's like, I can't wait to test out this new theory. As he walks past, and he's like, in this new Yoichi HimSagi, damn, as he activates metavision right there, his eyes are just changed right there, which is actually insane. This is actually nice, and then we actually get some insane shit happening. So this is actually going to be some really cool shit coming to the end of chapter 182, guys. Please leave a like, subscribe for more. I will definitely catch you guys on the next one. It does help your boy out. I will see you on chapter 183, yo, where we will see Yoichi HimSagi in his new metavision situation, which is actually insane, because this is awesome, man. This is nice. Just look at how amazing he's looking, just countering, confronting Kaiser like that. But either way, that is sick as metavision right there. I will catch y'all in the next one. Leave a like, subscribe for more, guys, and I will see y'all. This is always your host with the most, Cringe Copy One here, signing out.
君の虜になってしまえばきっとこの夏は